On this video, we'll be making this butterfly bracelet. It's a simple wrap bracelet. One size does fit most. We have a bead mix from Jesse James Beads, as well as their Heshi strands, a little polymer clay, and I'll show you how to make a great gift for the upcoming holidays, birthdays, or just any occasion. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, it's Melissa and welcome back to my channel. On today's tutorial, I will be making a bracelet, a perfect gift for the upcoming holidays or birthdays or just because. It's a great project because one size does fit most, so it's perfect for gift giving. I will be using one of the Jesse James Beads Heshi or Heshi strand. They're little clay beads in a polymer disc. And this one is Always Sunny with the yellow tones. It just reminds me of the harvest and the bright colors and sunflowers. I'll be using a bead mix. And this one is still available on the Jesse James Beads UK site. So I'll leave a link in the description for that item. And that one just matches the strand that I have. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to incorporate some gemstones and some smoky quartz. And these are 4mm. The two tools that we will need, round nose plier and your memory wire cutter. This is very important because if you use a regular cutter, you will actually break your cutter with the wire because it is a tempered steel wire. And Jesse James Beads just uploaded a memory wire kit with some wire and then your tools that you'll need. So I'll leave a link in the description box for that as well. And then this is our wire. It's a hardened wire, tempered steel, and it comes on a spool just like that. So I'm going to use this one here and I'm just going to work off of this one and cut the length of my bracelet or my project once I use my beads on there. Let's go ahead and dive in and I'll show you how to create this simple project. Additionally, you may need some jump rings or head pins if you want to add a little dangle or a charm. I'm going to go ahead and add a charm on each end of my bracelet once it is completed. Let's go ahead and dive in and start creating. For this Heshi strand, I like it the way it is, so I'm just going to incorporate beads onto the pattern. So I'm just going to cut one end of this and just work from the string. And then let's open up our bead mix and see what goodies are inside that we can use for our project. This is one of my favorite Jesse James Beads mixes. I've ordered quite a lot of them and I have a couple tutorials and projects that I've made with them. So I will go ahead and leave links in the description box for those. Go ahead and leave a comment down below if you have made a memory wire bracelet before. There's a couple different ways that you can make projects with them. You can make earrings and necklaces. Another style of wrap bracelet, I might do a tutorial on that if there's an interest. Go ahead and let me know if you would like to see that tutorial as well. So I love it in this bead mix how they do mix the metals between gold and silver. So I think that's just going to be really pretty with a pop of color. Went ahead and selected the beads I will be using for the project. This is also a great project for any leftover beads, any mismatched beads that you may have. You could just string them all on there. You could do the colors like a Pantone color or colors of the season. They make great gifts like I had mentioned before. Perfect for birthstone jewelry. You just have to make sure that the bead hole is big enough to go over the tempered wire. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to take one end of our wire and our round nose pliers. We're going to go at the very edge of that wire. And I've seen it done both ways where you can roll it in or roll it towards you. I found that rolling it towards you is a little bit easier. So get a good grip on the wire and just slow motions, roll it back towards you. And you should have that little loop. You want to make sure that it's completely sealed so you don't lose your charm if you choose to add one. What I like to do is just kind of roll it back just a little bit more, kind of a double coil. Just like that. And don't worry if it's a little kind of off on your loop, you'll add the charm on there and no one will tell. And then if you want, you can just kind of even it out, but make sure that it is completely closed. And now we're ready to start stringing on our beads. One thing I forgot to mention earlier with the memory wire is it holds its shape. So for whatever reason, if it gets pressed down and it's kind of out of shape, just curl it back up to its original form. Just hold it there for a few seconds and it will retain its shape. So I'm going to start by adding some of the bigger beads, but I just don't want it to end on a big bead. So I'm going to go and put one of my 4mm smoky quartz on. And then I'm going to add, let's see, one of these bead caps here for the yellow bead. And it just slides on. And then we'll add another, let's see, we'll add this silver bead here. Then we'll add this bigger yellow bead. We'll slide it down. Just like that. And then we'll slide on a smoky quartz. Nice thing about this is since it is wire, it's nice and firm and sturdy, so you don't have to worry about, like maybe with the elastic cord, it kind of wiggling and not letting your bead slide on. And you just keep sliding it down. And then we're going to start to put on our little Heshi beads. You get a lot of them in this strand, and they're about $4.99 on the website. So just string on however many you would like, and then maybe one of your other beads. And then you're just going to do this to the desired length of your project, and I'll show you how to attach your charms. Smoky quartz, yes. Just like that. A little over halfway done with my bracelet. That's how it looks. I really like the look of the Heshi polymer clay beads on there. Really accents the other beads. This project is so simple. You just need the wire, a bead mix, and a Heshi bead strand. So then I just added another round of those. We're going to add on our sparkles. And the little mini rondels just add that pop of sparkle on there. Just like that. And another smoky quartz. We're about to finish our bracelet. Look how cute that is. Make sure that all the beads are kind of in place and they're scooted down to the bottom. And we're going to add our last few beads. Slide those on, and we have to make sure that we follow our pattern, or you can make an asymmetrical design, completely up to you. Sometimes when I make these I forget to add the same beads at the other end or add my bead caps on. So we'll add a couple more. Got an extra bead cap in this mix. So we're going to put on that smoky quartz and just slide it down. And then we're just going to trim off this extra wire, make our wrap loop at the other end, and attach our charms. We're going to use our memory wire cutters. You want to leave enough of a loop or enough space so you can make your loop. You can always trim this later. So I like to hold down one side of the bead. See if I can do this on camera. And then just go ahead and trim. And you can always use like a Sharpie and just mark the area that you want to trim, or you can just eyeball it. And we'll just move that. We have enough for probably another bracelet or a pair of earrings. So we'll leave that for another project. We're going to bring in our round nose pliers. So we want to hold down the bead on one side and make sure that there's no loose space. And with the Heshi beads, since they are clay, they kind of push down on each other and give you a little bit more space. So you might need to trim it again. Just go on the end of that. And we're just going to wrap it. Sometimes this side is a little bit harder just because you have beads on it. You want to make sure, the wire's kind of fighting with me. You want to make sure that you don't have any little ends sticking out. So I'll just go ahead and trim that one off. But we have our bracelet, and you can wear it. Maybe you wouldn't wear this one as a necklace. It looks a little bit short. But you can definitely wear this as an anklet, and it's just going to hold back to its original shape when you are done wearing it. So just go ahead and inspect your work, trim off any edges if needed, and go and gather some jump rings, and we'll attach our charms. We're going to attach our jump rings. So I'm using my pliers. We're going to open up a jump ring, and when you open it, make sure you don't pull it apart. You just gently twist side to side. We're going to put on the sentiment charm that says never, never give up. You'll need a reminder of that. We're just going to slide it onto our loop. If you want, you could have added this on like with a split ring or at the beginning of the project when you make your loop. I just like to add mine at the end. You can always change them out that way as well. But that way it doesn't get in the way when you're trying to make your loop. And then I'm going to add the butterfly at the other ends. I'm going to slide it on my loop. Close it. And we have our bracelet. Our Never Never Give Up butterfly bracelet. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe for further content. Have a wonderful day.